Everyone, Lish here. I'm good and warmed up. So I just wanted to do some quick tutorials here, in particular about cardio. So I had a hard adjustment to cardio when I first started a fitness regimen, and honestly, you need it. Strength training is the icing on the cake, okay? If you are not completing your cardio goals, then don't pick up a weight, because at the end of the day, it's about dedication to a program. Now, you're gonna see a lot of results, okay? Strength training in particular. However, you're not gonna see it as quickly unless you can get that cardio level into it. A lot of people don't understand how important cardio is, just from a standing point of view. There's a whole lot in posture that cardio is meant to perfect before you ever lift a weight. Preventing injury is important. So that does not mean that you're not getting as an intense workout if you don't pick up weights. It doesn't mean that your endurance level is low if all you do is cardio. It's just literally two different spectrums, and you need both to be balanced. Okay, that's really what it's about. So cardio is important. Now, however, I can totally sympathize with the person that does not want to be on a treadmill all day, that does not want to get on the elliptical or join spin class. I get that. I was stuck in that because I was ready to see, my muscles, my lifts, not lifts, but like I wanted a buttocks and I wanted a slight smaller tummy, so honestly, it's really hard for someone whose goals are working against cardio to get into it. That was my issue. Also men. Men, you guys hate it, right? You don't, it's like, ugh. I see my fellas out there on the machines and everything, killing it. A lot of times they're creepers because there's no way you dedicate that much time to a machine and your like belly is out here. However, I understand that's not where you want to be with all the women. You don't want to do that. You want to be down there picking up weights. So if you are not akin to this type of cardio, you need to do it now. It's plyometrics. Plyometrics give you the big bang for your buck, where you can give yourself cardio intervals. Completing intervals is amazing, okay? It allows you to get that cardio in and strength train. So instead of going to the gym and completing that 45 minutes on the treadmill, you can essentially sprinkle your cardio out so that you're maybe completing altogether 10 minutes of cardio. However, the heart rate is there. It lifts the heart rate. It's also toning. So if you have not, and I'm working on that if there are any bugs, if you're trying to download Core Crunch and you can't, just let me know. But anyway, if you have not, grab Core Crunch, because the first 10 minutes is dedicated to plyometric cardio activity that you can do at home that is also belly slimming. Okay, so I actually developed, or didn't develop because I didn't invent exercise. However, I put those particular plyometric movements in the Core Crunch because those were essentially the staples in my fitness regimen. And I can't argue with the benefit of it. My tummy is small. It is because I do my cardio, okay? That's the only thing that's gonna burn that off. If you got a lot of energy to burn, you gotta do your cardio on top of eating. You have to burn your energy that you're eating every day too. So if you want to see results quick, don't sleep on cardio. Here's the tutorial. Okay everyone, so the first exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the burpee. Swear to you, a minute of burpees is harder than you would actually believe. Actually no, I think everyone believes that, because when I talk to people, they hate burpees. So this is a way for you to complete your burpees. I have a modification for you so that you can work them in, because I believe in completing exercise that you hate, because that's where you're not strong. If you can do it, then your chances are you're not gonna be all mad when you have to do it. But if it's hard, figure out how to be successful and then work your way up to mastering that exercise. So here's a burpee. regular burpee when you go to the CrossFit gym, or any gym really, you already know. So I'm going to show you 3 variants. The first is just standard burpee. You're going to slight bend in the knee, reaching up, jump, drop down, plank, push, up, jump together, and then back up tall, okay? That's a standard burpee. Okay, modification for that. If you're not ready for that explosive portion, then you can do this, okay? We have palm, palm, walk out to plank, push, up, walk in, and with a jump, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So I know a whole lot more variants for burpees, but here's one that you can add in for completion. And I'm just moving around so you can see different angles. So I like to try wide burpees, okay, that start with like a star jump. So we have wide, drop down, wide hands, press it up, back together, wide. So some key points for the burpee is to go at your own pace. That's definitely a pacing exercise. So if you're completing a burpee and you're thinking, oh, I gotta get as many done as I possibly can, and then you're burnt out after 10 seconds, that's why. So with a burpee, focus on your posture and on your form. A lot of people will drop their hips down, which I think has to hurt if your hips are crashing into the floor. So be careful of that. Keep your hips high like you would if you were doing a push-up or a plank, okay? The push-up is meant to engage the pectorals and the arms. So with a push-up, if you drop your hips down, then you're actually dragging more body weight up, which defeats the purpose of a burpee because you need that explosive movement. So slow it down for yourself and maintain posture. How do you keep progress? How do you keep track of whether or not you're making improvements? I don't care if it takes you 1 minute to do 3 burpees. Do them perfectly. And then after completing that, do 4, do 5. And then eventually that posture is going to set in where you're knocking those burpees out, okay? So I don't care. No matter whose boot camp you're going to, whose class you're going to, where they make you do burpees, do them at your pace and do them correctly. And chances are the instructor is not going to have anything to say to you about it, okay? Because it's your journey. So the next exercise that I'm going to demonstrate, which you all should remember, jumping jacks, okay? You remember them from elementary school, duh. I'm going to show you how I do them. I don't know, no one taught me how to do it this way, so I assume it's different, but I'm pretty sure it's like everything else. It makes sense to me. And if it's good enough for the troops, it's good enough for you. Remember, they do jumping jacks all day long, these poor men and women. So honor your veterans, honor your troops, and do some jumping jacks, okay? So, legit fit way jumping jacks. I'm a proponent for dropping your heel down, okay? What that does is it creates a spring and it absorbs impact, okay? So a lot of people will land on their toes, sending that impact up through their knees, okay? So you send it through the tops of your legs. I would like the back to withstand that impact, so drop in between, okay? So we're open, close, slight bend in the knee, slight bend in the knee, and then just pick it up. Remain as tall as possible, no arch in the back. This is weird, don't do that. Right here. Push it, push it. So yeah, that's my jumping jack. Just bend the knees, drop the heels. You should see success. So the next exercise I'm going to demonstrate is the high knee. High knees. I'm going to give you just a posture check on that. And then I'll give you a modification, and then I'll give you where I would like to see you with a high knee. So high knees, they're good for the core, but they're also really explosive as far as transitioning back and forth to each leg. So when I say high knee, some people say pull it up here. High knees. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Starting your high knee there, that's fine, right? What I like to see people do, however, because when you have to modify this down, it's not really functional, okay? You should be able to slow any plyometric movement down to where you're almost not even doing it and still get the benefit. So this just isn't enough for me. So I prefer for people to show me their heels. Lift the knee, but show me your heel, right? And then arms are raised. So this is my modification. Lift, 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 lift. So what that happens is now, even though you're moving at a snail's pace, the energy that you're creating, moving your arms and lifting your leg high enough so that your heel is shooting straight out, gives you more of a benefit. So if you're not ready to give me push, 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 high knee, high knee, high knee, high knee, high knee, go, 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 push, 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 you can still keep up. So that's what I mean. Cool. So this next one is a mountain climber. Mountain climbers are super important. If anything, because I love the lighting right now. I feel like a mermaid. But anyway, mountain climbers are really important because they're great toning for the chest, the back, the arms, and the core, right? And guess what? On top of it, it's plyometric cardio activity. What? Yeah, I know. Who would have thought cardio came in so many different ways? So, when completing cardio, I don't know, I can't make the lights turn back on. You want to get down again into that plank position. So we're going to have palms down underneath your shoulders. Nice wide spread palm, by the way. Don't give a closed hand because that's not very supportive. Why? Distribute the weight through your hands so you're less likely to favor a side, okay? Keep your shoulders healthy. So palms underneath the shoulders, wide and spread. Chest forward, legs open here. Very good. Tucking the buttocks. And then a mountain climber is just pulling the knee to the chest, pulling the knee to the chest, right? So we like those modifications where you can easily do it slow as much as you can do it fast. Mountain climber. Go, go, go. See that? If you're pregnant, you can do mountain climbers. Drop a knee and then pull one in, send it out. In, out, in, out. Single-legged mountain climber. Hey there. So I had to adjust because the light goes off at a certain time in here, so whatever. But anyway, so I'm going to show you another one. It's called the jump squat. So jump squats are really fun, especially if you're looking to build endurance for lifting, for squats, okay? Squats, deadlifts, things like that. It's a great warm-up for that. Instead of starting with the bar, I would say, go, I don't know, about 20 pounds under your max. Starting there as opposed to, starting with the bar 45 and then all of a sudden you're at 200 or whatever. Do a minute of these suckers right here. Really great. I particularly like them just because it's additional toning. If you do notice, all of these exercises are body weight exercises, which means you're getting strength training because you're pushing your own body weight, okay? So this is another reason why cardio is important. You just have to know what cardio is, okay? So I would designate all of these as just combination exercises. You're getting both. Okay, so here's a jump squat. So again, you want to be as even as possible. I always tell people, shoulders rolled back, chest lifted, hips forward, heels down, so I can wiggle my toes for this. Want my feet about hip width apart and then wider. Not to sumo, but just a little bit outside hip width, okay? So I'm gonna drop down. A lot of people will do this. That's not a jump squat, especially if you're training legs, okay? You wanna drop it down, keeping your chest up. Don't jump from here. You want it here, okay? And you press up, press up, press up, press up, press up. Notice my heels dropping each time, activating glutes, activating hamstrings, activating quadriceps. Jump squat, 1 minute. All right, everyone, so those are my favorite plyometric cardio movements, especially when I really just want to focus on strength training that day. If I know I'm going to spend, like an hour at the gym lifting whatever I can, that's my go-to for that, okay? So key things about the tutorial. Posture is everything, okay? Don't just get down and do it. Think about it first, okay? Because a lot of times people will become injured, and I'm talking very minor. I'm not even talking serious, but you've been there where you found some pain in your quads, or oh, my knee's a little sore, or I rolled my ankle, so I don't go back to the gym for like 3-4 weeks, a year, that type of shit. So just be careful, okay? So you want to protect yourself. That's the whole reason why you are working out. So protect yourself. Think before you do. I mean, that's the reason why you spend so much time at the gym. I know a lot of people have that misconception thinking people go to the gym and they're there forever and they're just throwing and, and I mean, I do lift a lot. But there's time, there's meditation, there's focus, because I'm there with a plan. Okay, so posture, number one, most important thing. Make sure you're doing it correctly. Number two, these are pace building exercises. So you want to improve over time, okay? If you get down and do these exercises and you find like, man, I'm not really good at this, that does not mean that it's okay to give up. That means the next time you do it, you just try to be a little bit better. And soon you're going to be like, Lish, do you have any more of these? How can I intensify these? Because I'm doing these and I'm getting bored. And that's what I like to hear. That's why I learned so many different exercises, because I started with the basics. And then when the basics got boring, and not even like it took that long, once I mastered something where I thought I could do this pretty well, that's when I sought a way to intensify that exercise or looked for different ones. So yeah, that's number two. Watch yourself, pace yourself, and track what you're doing so that you can see your improvement. Number three, do it every day. Do it every day. Whether or not you're doing these, sprinkling them throughout your strength training session, or if you just dedicate this time to do this, do them every day. Doesn't make sense not to. I don't really have anything else to say. Do you want to look like me or what? Do it every day. And then the last thing I could say is give me feedback, okay? Like this, subscribe to this. Tell me what you liked about it. Tell me what you didn't like about it, or if you need more modifications, something, just let me know so that I can put out content that's good for you. All right, guys, have a good day.